Hello, beauties. So I wanted to hop on and talk just a little bit more about nutrition and give you just a brief little tutorial about the cup system. Some of you have been using the cup system for a really long time, and some of you are just getting started, and some of you are just making the jump into the cup system. So I thought it would be, excuse me, my allergies are bothering me. I thought it would be a good opportunity for us just to talk through it a little bit. And I want to give you just a brief overview about just the portion fix in general. Keep in mind that if you're following a specific program, let's say you're following Lift 4, let's say you're following 80-Day Obsession, they all use this portion cup nutrition plan, but there are little differences in there that they tweak by either timing your nutrition if you're doing 80-Day Obsession, or a lot of times they'll change up little things based on the certain number of cups that you're allotted in a day, just based on the macronutrients. And so that is an equation that the super trainers and the nutritionists have done to make that program just a little bit different or unique. Don't let it overwhelm you. You never ever have to follow any of that to a T. I really want it to be something that fits into your lifestyle. Having said that, I do think it's really important that we continue to improve upon our nutritional habits, because honestly, nutrition and the way we fuel our body is like 80% of our success. That's why the superfoods are so important, is because that's your daily dose of really dense nutrition. And so much of our nutrition, even whenever we're trying to be super mindful with what we're eating, it's not the same type of nutrition that our grandfathers and our great-grandfathers and so on ate. It's just the makeup is so much different now because of everything being so processed. And even when we're trying to be mindful of that, it is really difficult to get all of the nutrients in that we need on a daily basis. So that's where that superfoods comes into play with the adaptogens, which if you have questions about that, we can talk a little bit more about, what is an adaptogen. But there's also pre and probiotics that are in there, which is super awesome. Antioxidants, we're talking fiber, not much sugar, the type of sugar, there's only 6 grams, the type of sugar that's in there is a really appropriate amount of sugar based on the relative amount of protein that's also in the superfoods, in addition to fiber. I mean, the list goes on and on. So I'll do a separate topic conversation on superfoods if you're interested. You guys drop me a message and let me know if you want that information. But for today's purpose, so that I don't get super windy, let's talk about the cups just in general. So you can do this via the book that actually came with you, with your packet, or you also can do this on the application on the nutrition app. That's totally fine to do as well. So whatever works for you. You'll note that in here there's also tracking pages if you're more of a pencil to paper tracker and not necessarily someone that's interested in being on their device to track. You can do that as well. There are additional volumes of these tracker sheets to take pen to paper in every single program that is on your BOD. So this specific tracker is under the 21-Day Fix program. If you want this specific tracker, 80-Day Obsession has extra tracking sheets for their program. Lift 4 has tracking sheets for their program, and so on and so forth. So let's start first with going through and actually calculating. There we go. So step A, or step 1, is just calculating where you're going to be as far as your macronutrients. And that's what this is based off of, guys. It's calorie counts, yes, but more importantly, in my opinion, because a calorie is not just a calorie, really it depends on what nutrition comes along with the calorie that matters more to me. If you ate 2,000 calories a day of just all Snicker bars and Ben & Jerry's ice cream, that's not going to fuel your body the way that we want to fuel our body for health, wellness, success, energy, the whole 9 yards, like making sure that you're getting the appropriate amount of macronutrients. And macronutrients are carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. And so that's where this cup system is taking into consideration all of that. So you don't have to think about counting how many grams of this, how many grams of that. If you follow your portion cups, it's all calculated for you. So Autumn did such a great job. Autumn, the super trainer that is the trainer for Country Heat, 80-Day Obsession, 21-Day Fix. She has a couple of pre and postnatal workouts as well. She's the creator of this program, and so she just really made it super user friendly. So the first thing you do is you look and you find out, okay, what type of lifestyle do I have? Am I sedentary? I have a desk job. I watch a lot of television. I really don't take the steps. I don't really park my car far away in, say, Target parking lot. I just tend to have just a little bit more restful lifestyle. Then what you do is you take your current weight and you multiply it by 11, and you can just follow along with this in your own book too. If you have a moderately active lifestyle, you can follow that. You multiply your current weight by 12. And if you're active and you have a really physical job, I move as much as I can, you can take your current weight times 13. And that gives what we call your caloric baseline. And so then what you're going to do is you're going to basically go through and talk about what program am I going to be doing. Now, the reason that this is an important piece of the puzzle is because you're going to expend a certain number of calories per day for just basic metabolism. So in other words, just to keep your body alive, okay? And then also you're going to expend some energy with some activity. And so this is broken up into some ideas as far as programs that are on your BOD. So let's say I'm going to do a program that's moderately challenging, something like yoga, easy jogging, PiYo, 21-day fix, 10-minute trainer, Slim 6, things like that. Those programs tend to be anywhere from like 20 to 25 minutes up to 40 minutes of exercise at a time. They're anywhere from 3 days a week up to 5 to 6 days a week. Then you're going to take your caloric baseline, which was your weight times 11, 12, or 13, and then you're going to add 400 calories, because the thought process is that you're burning about 400 calories per workout. Okay, now if you're doing something that is more challenging, 80-day obsession, Insanity Max, Turbo Fire, P90X, something like that, 80-day obsession is kind of in another category. Lift 4 is in that category as well. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your caloric baseline, you're going to add 700 because you're burning more calories. You're active a little bit longer time frame, and the workouts are just a little bit more challenging as far as the amount of energy that you exert. So we add just a little bit more caloric intake to that as well. If you have questions about your activity and where it might fall, feel free to either reach out to me, or if you want to be really specific, you can track your calories if you'd like, or your heart rate if you'd like, if you're wanting to get that into it. If not, that's okay too. So just let me know if you want to be more specific than what this book is stating, okay? Then that gives you what's called your maintenance calories. So that means if you ate this number of calories and therefore the macronutrients, you're going to stay completely balanced. You're not going to gain weight, you're not going to lose weight is the thought process, okay? Now, if you are interested in maintenance, awesome, that's right where we stay. If you're interested in losing some weight, then the next thing you're gonna do is you're going to take 750 calories minus your maintenance calories. So I carried my maintenance calories over, and then I subtracted 750, and I'll tell you the reason it's 750. Because a healthy, manageable way to lose weight is to lose anywhere from 0.5 pound to 2 pounds a week. That's very manageable. It means you're making a lifestyle change and you're not getting into some sort of crash fad sort of diet mentality. It's I'm eating for my health and wellness goals mentality. And so what that does is it ensures that you are attaining your goals, but in a really healthy, long sustaining way, okay? And so then that ends up being your target calorie number, okay? So once you've got that number, then what you're going to do is you're going to turn the page and you're going to find where you fall. Do you fall in category plan or portion plan A, which is anywhere from 1,200 to 1,499 calories, so that carried over? Or are you in portion plan B, 1,500 to 1,799, and it goes on to give you different options as far as calorie range. And therefore, keep in mind, this is the important part, and this is how it's different than some other nutrition plans. Calorie range, but macronutrient range because of these bad boys, okay? So let's just use an example. I fall into plan B. Okay, and so portion plan B is listed right there, which means I get 4 veggies, 3 fruits, 4 proteins, 3 carbohydrates, 1 fat, 1 seeds and dressings, and 4 tablespoons of healthy oils and nut butters. Okay, that's where I fall as far as the portion fix. Now, because I'm just finishing up Lift 4, the nutrition plan uses the macronutrient counts, but Plan B in Lift 4 is a little different than in 21 Day or Portion Fix. So the only difference for me is I've just got a couple of different variances, unfortunately, in the carbohydrate department and in the oils and nut butters department. But progress, not perfection. I'll talk about more of that here in just a moment. So what that means then is every single day, I get to have 4 green containers, 3 fruit containers, 4 protein containers. These are the ones that I have clean. I'm doing dishes right now. And I get to have 1 healthy fat container, 1 seeds and dressings, that's the orange, and then my teaspoons, okay? So you have a couple different options. You can go throughout the day and just think about, okay, this is what I had. I'm gonna log it. And then I get to lunch, I look and I see, oh, you know what? I still have 4 veggies left. Because I didn't have veggies in my breakfast for whatever reason. I better make sure I get a veggie in, okay? So you can use it that way. You could use it more as I get 4 veggies and I'm gonna make sure that I have some vegetables right away in the morning to get my day started off correct. And then I'm gonna make sure that I have veggies at lunch. I'm gonna make sure I have veggies at dinner. And then I'm gonna make sure that my snack includes a veggie. So you can kind of see this is a veggies first mentality, which is actually a tips, tools, trades, whatever you wanna think of it, lesson that I've learned from 2B Mindset. And some of you have too. Some of you have taken the 2B Mindset training as well. And so one of the creator of that programs, Ileana, one of her things that she suggests is water and veggies first, always. So you can think of it that way. You can get really creative and plan each and every one of your meals to include and map out, okay, here's where I'm gonna fit my 4 veggies, here's where I'm gonna fit my 3 fruits, here's where I'm gonna fit my 3 proteins, and be really methodical about it. Or you can, like I said, just start tracking what you normally eat in a day and help it make you be aware of where maybe you're getting a little too much of one of the containers, or maybe I'm not getting enough of another one of the containers, okay? So wherever you want to start with that, I am 100% fine, but we definitely need to get to a point at some point. It does not have to be in this first 21 days. But we need to get to a point at some point in the process where we're really being deliberate about measuring our food and eating out of our containers, okay? Now, having said that, to be continued, because I am going to give you a little bit more information in the future about making sure that you understand what these portion sizes look like and how you can actually take this type of thought process out to eat with you. And I'm going to be sprinkling a little 2B Mindset thought process in there as well. But for the sake of time and not boring you to death with all of the nutrition, I'd like for you to go through your macronutrient counts, your calorie counts, as I showed you, if you haven't done already. If you have done it, maybe go through and revisit, make sure, because you've probably had some changes in your body composition, go through, make sure you're still on the right track, make sure that you're following the nutrition for the program that you're going through if you are ready to make that next step. Okay, and let's just make this a little A, get started right, or B, let's just check in and see where we're at to make sure that we're always learning and growing and putting our best nutrition foot forward. So have a wonderful rest of your day and evening. I look forward to chatting with you soon. Love you guys, and please let me know if you have any questions.